Patience. Patience. It's not about taking control. It's not about taking over. It's about taking it to the lake and the dunking of heads. And the muttering of words while they got him under the water. To where you bring him up and they say, I'm healed. It's not about torture. It's about giving somebody a second to think. It's about making it in a way that we all can get along. State of nature. Thomas Locke. All these people talk about the state of nature. And I thought about that today. And I said, the state of nature, that's the social contract. You say you're going to follow these rules. Because if you don't, well, you're going to get torn apart. And as much as I like to think that I could be okay out in a state of nature, well, you know, what are the odds? You can run and jump and climb and cruise through the trees, and somebody comes with a chainsaw and a fucking flamethrower, you might not be able to make it in a state of nature. You bring a state of nature to society as we know it today, our technology. State of nature isn't just pop, pop, oh, ah. It's not that anymore. It's flamethrowers. And you see people I was in Gaylord over the weekend, and I watched this father with his two children that I have seen before. I can't place them because, well, I can't even remember my cousin's name at a funeral. So I see these people in Gaylord, and I'm like, and these kids, I'm like, oh boy, they're ready to join a team. Something like that. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. Why do you think I'm drunk all the time? It keeps me from being able to rat people out. Because everybody's got their own ideas, right? But I look at that and I say, if you fucking people creeping around like that, just waiting for the minute. Patience. Patience. I've been talking for years about how it's time for a change, but I also told you, without a plan, there can be no plan. We don't know how to make it any better. This is as good as it gets. Sit here and just go to work 8 hours a day, get out. Beer, 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 said the private. This is as good as it gets. And until I come up with a better plan, I've got nothing. I've got nothing. I'll let them fight over it between each other all the while, and these people can vote, and they say, I said that, and the other ones say, well, I said that, and they say, well, I won, and they say, fuck. Next time, patience. Patience. That's what it's about, isn't it? You can't just come up with things. But I look and I see people in my little town of Gaylord. They're just waiting and they're practicing and they're getting ready. And I'm like, you fuckers, settle down. It's like people waiting for the rapture. You know, it's supposed to happen when nobody's looking. You can't be prepared for the rapture. You can't be prepared for this. If you're prepared for this, you're going to get shot down in the streets. Let it go. You cannot be so impatient that you follow that jackass over there who doesn't care about you. He just doesn't care. He thought it was funny until he thought he was going to get in trouble. And that's not me watching videos and hearing things. It's obvious. He's a jackass that never made $1 on his own, and he thinks it's funny that people are ruining their lives in his name. You can't do that. You take somebody like that jackass, you're going to have feudal systems. Like I said, feudal systems. There are going to be all these people fighting each other, until there's nothing left. And we're back to digging every day for food. Or killing for food. When brother kills brother, ape kills ape. You goddamn cannibals. We will forget the science that we've learned. You can't eat somebody of your own species. You get the spirochetes. Bah! God! Giddy up. Cat's out of the bag. So, you watch, and I'm talking to you. Do you really think somebody's gonna take care of you? They're not. You've got no plan. You're counting on their plan. Somebody's gonna show up one day if you have patience. Somebody, if they will allow it, and they don't need to keep us all in a hole. They're gonna come up with it, and they're gonna say, I like what you had to say. What do you think about this? And they're gonna say, it seems to work well with what I'm doing. And there. Next thing you know, utopia. The machines will be running things we've already practiced. How to just sit at home alone doing nothing and getting a check in the mail. So the machines will run it, and we will get paid, and we will sit, and we will be able to. Everybody should write poems. We'll be able to write our poems, and it's going to be the first time in our lives nobody ever says your poem is stupid, because if we have enough time to finally read, we can get something out of what other people have to think. Jackass. I can do it better. But don't. Don't throw your life away for this jackass, because he doesn't care about you. Don't give it up. Be patient. There's plenty of time to get things right if you're not in such a good... What is it in Natural Born Killers when Juliette Lewis says and kills that gas station pump attendant and says, next time don't be so fucking eager.